But this type of coordination, it's ultimately the people who do the coordination. And I'd like to mention a few. It's not possible to mention all, but a few have to be mentioned. At that time, the secretary of the BOI was Ahmed Nawaz Sukera, so I'm mentioning him. I mentioned Farina, thank you very much. And to all of you, from the bottom of my heart, I am thanking you all. Zufran, I'm thanking you. The people in the provinces, both Sindh and Punjab, and Orlando, thank you very much. A special thanks to you, because I know the effort that you have put in to achieve this. So we have achieved it. Now what is the future? The future is a lot of more hard work. This is not nowhere near enough. We've got to take it further, and we have to hopefully go beyond the jump of 28, and inshallah we will achieve that in our next ranking from the World Bank. A reform like this, a number like this, is just beyond ease of doing business. We're talking about reforms that include women empowerment, reforms that include youth engagement, and it is an all-encompassing reforms that we're looking at. So as I say, we've taken the first step, and we have a long, long way to go, and I'm absolutely confident that we're up to the challenge, and inshallah we will meet that challenge. To the World Bank official who's supporting us or funding us, your support, your encouragement will not go in vain, and inshallah we will achieve a higher ranking. So to conclude, we're celebrating today, but tomorrow morning we have to roll up our sleeves, and tomorrow is another day. Thank you.
मुशीर तिजारत अब्दुल रज़ाक दाऊद तकरीब से ख़िताब कर रहे हैं। तिजारती इस्लाहात किस तरह से कारोबार में आसानियाँ पैदा की जा सकती हैं, इस हवाले से नुमाइश है। नुमाइश का अहतमाम किया गया है सरमायाकारी बोर्ड की तरफ से। उससे ख़िताब कर रहे थे मुशीर तिजारत अब्दुल रज़ाक दाऊद। इसमें पाकिस्तान तहरीक इंसाफ का मंशूर, पाकिस्तान तहरीक इंसाफ का अज़्म, इमरान खान वज़ीर आज़म का अज़्म जो है वो यही है कि इस मुल्क में जितना ज़्यादा कारोबार जो है वो फ़रोग़ पा सकता है, इतना ज़्यादा हुकूमत उसमें फैसिलिटेट कर सकती है कारोबारी बिरादरी को, उतना ही बेहतर से बेहतर अंदाज़ में ये तमाम के तमाम मसाइल जो हैं इस मुल्क के, इस मईशत के, वो हल होते जाएंगे। पाकिस्तान तहरीक इंसाफ की हुकूमत शुरू दिन से सिर्फ़ और सिर्फ एक एजेंडा लेकर चल रही है कि मईशत को एडहॉक बुनियादों पर नहीं चलाना है, जैसे कि पिछले अदवार हुकूमतों में होता रहा है, लेकिन अब मजबूत बुनियादों पर किया जाएगा। इस वक्त इसी तकरीब से, तिजारती इस्लाहात की नुमाइश की तकरीब से वर्ल्ड बैंक के प्रेसिडेंट जो है वो खिताब कर रहे हैं, वो आपको दिखाते हैं।
Thank you. I'm gonna come down. Thank you very much. Prime Minister Khan, Chief Minister, ministers, and distinguished guests, it's a pleasure to be here in Pakistan and join those of you who have championed the ease of doing business and done so much work. Thank you, Prime Minister. Thank you, everyone. The reforms you've undertaken will create better jobs and higher incomes, attract more investments, and generate more tax revenues. I also want to encourage more reforms to spur growth and raise living standards. There are more reforms under the ease of doing business, reforms needed to protect women's welfare and include them in the economy, reforms needed to strengthen the energy and education sectors and reforms needed to simplify taxation. We see youth and women around the world demanding jobs and economic opportunities. Broad-based growth is necessary to address their calls for better living standards. Last week, we launched our annual Doing Business report, which provides a snapshot of the rules and regulations that affect businesses in every country. Pakistan emerged as one of the top 10 reformers this year. These will add to growth and jobs over time. According to the Doing Business report, Pakistan carried out the most reforms in the South Asia region. Your country jumped to 108th place in the rankings from 136th last year. Your reforms made it easier for entrepreneurs to start business, get electricity and construction permits, register property, pay taxes, and trade across borders. Many of these advances leverage digital technologies to make the process more transparent and streamlined. I congratulate you all, Prime Minister, Chief Minister, your teams, for this achievement. Ownership of reforms at the highest level makes a big difference. The federal government and 2 provincial governments showed great cooperation in working together to improve the ease of doing business. We've seen their comments today, and they were very interesting. Pakistan's federation is key in implementing long-lasting reforms. It will be important to harness this collaborative spirit between the federal and provincial governments as you turn to broader structural reforms, which are critically needed today. The improvements in the ease of doing business will give a boost to the overall investment climate for the private sector, especially for micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. We are already seeing positive investor interest in a number of sectors, including energy and access to finance. While the gains this year are significant, Pakistan has opportunities for further improvements in the ease of doing business. For example, in the area of enforcing contracts, where it ranks low at 156th, it takes 1,025 days to resolve a commercial dispute in Lahore, and 1,096 days in Karachi. Those are averages. This is almost twice the 573-day average among high-income OECD economies. Pakistan can still work on improving the quality of judicial processes, an area where it performs below the South Asia regional average. It's important to note that doing business isn't intended to be an investment guide. Potential investors consider many other factors, such as the overall quality of an economy's business environment and its national competitiveness, its macroeconomic stability, the development of the financial system, and other factors like market size and rule of law. Certainty of the regulatory environment is very important for business confidence as well. I would like to offer a few thoughts about reforms that would help spur more growth and development. Earlier today, I had a very constructive conversation with Federal Education Minister Shafiq Mahmood, several provincial education ministers, and Federal Minister of Planning Maktoum Bakhtiar. A concerted effort is needed to decrease the number of out-of-school children and increase school completion. Education standards need to evolve to guarantee a minimum level of learning in the country and to focus on learning and acquiring skills rather than simply getting a credential. Skills training is critical to match skills to available jobs. Provincial and federal governments need to work together to reduce learning poverty. We at the World Bank stand ready to help on this. I also met today with a group of women parliamentarians working hard to drive real change and push the women's agenda. Fully including women in the economy is essential to broad-based growth. Today, only 1 in 4 Pakistani women is part of the workforce. Pakistani women face many constraints to work. These include transportation, physical safety, restrictions on working hours, and social norms. Girls are marrying too young to complete their education. When they make it to work, they face hurdles in rising through the ranks. Women occupy less than 7% of managerial positions. Addressing some of these gaps would give a major boost to the economy. Pakistan has already made progress, substantial progress. An upcoming World Bank report on women, business, and the law will report on this progress. In the energy sector, creating a stable, predictable environment is needed so that investors and project developers can harness Pakistan's natural resources and invest in low-cost energy projects, which are critical to reduce the cost of electricity generation. This will not only, over time, reduce the burden on circular debt, but will also translate in the long run into lower electricity prices, which will benefit industries and households. I was pleased to go to Tarbela this morning with Minister Faisal Wadi and General Musamel, chairman of WAPDA. We looked at that. We observed. I was able to observe firsthand the huge energy production potential, including the floating solar that's being built, and the result in terms of clean, abundant energy for Pakistan. The World Bank has been very pleased to be part of that project for decades now, and we're pushing forward with Tarbela 4 and 5. Tax reforms are also key. Today, Pakistan operates like 5 separate markets rather than one national market. Minister Ahmad Azhar described to me the unified portal that Pakistan is building that will help with this process. Businesses have been having to file around 60 tax returns, and that creates a big barrier to private investment in the country, and also creates a revenue shortfall. So we encourage the harmonization of sales taxes across the Federation. That would be a win-win, allowing lower rates and faster growth. For the private sector, it would mean lower compliance costs, and it's especially important for small businesses that simply do not have the manpower to file this many tax returns. And for the government, I think it would mean more revenue. So it's critical that federal and provincial governments map, harmonize, eliminate, and automate tax filing procedures. And I urge you to go even further and make the process fully digital. It's also important to liberalize trade and investment by creating a simple, transparent tariff structure with reduced tariffs. Government revenue objectives and incentives for exports need to be well balanced. It's also important to extend the automated border management system to all regulatory agencies. Increased transparency and accountability are fundamental to any reform effort. Transparency about the reforms, the terms of debt, the collateral, the liens of large public infrastructure contracts is also important. Another area for improved transparency is the timely disclosure of the government's budget documentation and audited state-owned enterprise accounts. Why are these important? It's important to do this to give the public and investors a true picture of the government's debt burden and the economic and financial potential. This, in turn, attracts more investments and private sector capital. Information technology should be leveraged to improve transparency, for example, through e-procurement that can enhance competition and save money. In conclusion, Mr. Prime Minister, Chief Minister, I'd like to thank you all again for your hospitality, for your very gracious hospitality. We're in this room today thanks to your efforts and the efforts of many committed reformers who want to see Pakistan succeed. At the World Bank Group, we'll work hard on this. We want to see Pakistan succeed. It will require hard decisions from you and fellow reformers in the government, and the persistence to execute them. Many of these decisions will meet resistance from vested interests and from leadership will be required to stay the course. However, the doing business exercise over the last 2 years has demonstrated that Pakistan has the ability to make difficult but necessary reforms. I encourage you to build on that momentum to put in place structural reforms that will take the country to the next level. I'm confident Pakistan will rise to the challenge, and I encourage all those efforts. The World Bank stands ready to support. Thank you very much.
कारोबार में आसानियों के हवाले से नुमाइश का एहतमाम किया जा रहा है, जिस तकरीब में वज़ीर-ए-आज़म इमरान खान भी मौजूद हैं। वर्ल्ड बैंक के सदर डेविड मेलपास इस वक्त खिताब कर रहे थे। उनका ये कहना था कि पाकिस्तान में इस्लाहात करने की भरपूर सलाहियत मौजूद है और पाकिस्तान उन ममालिक में से है जो तेज़ी से तरक्की करता हुआ मुल्क है, और अगर पॉलिसीज़ का इस्तेहकाम उन पर अमल दरामद की रफ्तार ऐसे ही रहती है तो पाकिस्तान बहुत जल्द एक अच्छी मजबूत माशी रियासत बनकर जो है वो उभर सकता है। इसके अलावा नाज़रीन, ये जो कारोबार में आसानियां हैं, कारोबारी तबके के लिए आसानियां पैदा करने की बात है। वज़ीर-ए-आज़म इमरान खान हो, पाकिस्तान तहरीक-ए-इंसाफ की हुकूमत इसी विजन को लेकर आगे चल रही है, मजबूत बुनियादों पर उस्तवार करने के हवाले से। ये आप इस वक्त जो है वो बराह रास्त मनाजिर देख रहे हैं। कारोबार में आसानियां पैदा करने के हवाले से नुमाइश का एहतमाम किया गया है। वज़ीर-ए-आज़म इमरान खान इस तकरीब में मौजूद हैं। ये मनाजिर आप बराह रास्त देख रहे हैं, लॉन्च किया जा रहा है।
Aims at making Pakistan one of the most attractive investment destinations in the region and globally. Doing Business Reform Dashboard is an online digital platform for the government of Pakistan to implement, disseminate and monitor regulatory reforms aimed at facilitating private sector in the country. The Prime Minister can also access the website through a special login to monitor progress and issue guidance to relevant authorities. The revamped website of the Board of Investment is now more interactive and informative for the investors seeking business opportunities in Pakistan. We hope it will help in creating investment and employment opportunities in the country.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our chief guest today, the Honorable Prime Minister of Pakistan, Mr. Imran Khan, for his keynote address. Welcome, sir.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. President of World Bank, Mr. David Malpass, your delegation, Richard from the British High Commission, Chief Minister Sin, ministers, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to commiserate with the families who have families of the victims of the Rahim Khan train tragedy. It's trying to imagine what they must be going through right now. We just pray for them. May the Almighty Allah give them strength to bear this loss. This is a day to celebrate. The celebration has been, for us, has been spoiled a bit by this tragedy today. But I especially want to congratulate all those who have taken part in this, making this big achievement, climbing 28 places in the ease of doing business. I want to congratulate and thank all those who were involved in the BOI, the hard work they put in. And I hear Farina has been the real star, who has really put in a lot of work. We congratulate the Sindh government for all the work they put in. Punjab, but I especially want to thank Elango for all the help you provided us. David, let me just give you a brief history of Pakistan, because Pakistan and I are almost the same age. So we started off really well. Pakistan in the 60s was considered one of the fastest growing countries in Asia. And a lot of countries came and tried to study Pakistan's model. What was the secret of our success? And the secret was that we had one of the best governance systems. Our bureaucracy was considered the best in Asia. And we had the government in the 60s, they decided that Pakistan needed to industrialize. So all incentives were given to industries. Hence, Pakistan rose very quickly. We had this one thing which we had, and when you have rapid development, is income inequality. Inequality of income. So we had some very rich people, and majority people in the beginning did not really taste the fruits of that development. Unfortunately, rather than addressing this issue of income inequality, we started a program of socialism in the 80s, in the 70s, where this nationalization took place. And unfortunately, we lost our way. The problem was that we developed this, and because I remember the political, the slogans of the time, somehow we developed this idea that making money was a sin, that people making too many profits was somehow doing something illegal. And that mindset is what really, where Pakistan suffered. And actually that mindset persisted even to this day. Amongst the bureaucracy, among some political figures, the idea that people should not be making too much money, the socialist mindset. So what we want right now, the gains we have made, these 28 points we've gone up, it's the beginning. What we must start off with is a different mindset, that making money is not a sin, as long as you pay your taxes. Now that's the other problem, we don't pay our taxes. Maybe that's why people sort of resent people making money. But this new mindset in Pakistan is extremely important if we have to create wealth. Wealth creation is how we will get out of our current situation. We have big deficits. I congratulate our economic team that we have narrowed the current account deficit, but still we have big fiscal deficits. We still have to manage our current account deficit. But the future is if we create wealth. If we create wealth, which is, David, what you were talking about, once you create wealth, you create more, you collect more taxes, and then you spend that money on your human beings. That's how we saw China develop in the last 30 years. So this is the model for Pakistan. We want industrialization, we want wealth creation, and we want to lift people out of poverty. So a lot of things, David, which you said, is what we are trying to do right now. But the most ambitious program we have today is our poverty alleviation program, ISAS. Pakistan has never spent so much money in our entire history on poverty alleviation as we are doing this time, despite having a very narrow fiscal space. And so, as our Commerce Minister said, that the challenge is that we've reached the stage now, tomorrow morning, we start to make inroads. The challenges we face. There are certain short-term challenges, there are medium and long-term challenges. In my opinion, one of the biggest challenges we face is that we have a young population and we have to give them skills. We have to revamp the education system. The education system must equip our younger generation to go into the 21st century. We have technologies developing at a mind-boggling rate. New technologies coming in information technology, artificial intelligence. This is where we have a great chance that if we can equip our younger generation with the modern tools, then they become the asset of Pakistan. If we do not equip them, we do not pay attention on our education, they become a liability. So that's the number one challenge. Second is contract enforcement. We cannot invite investment unless and until the investors have trust in our justice system. So that is another big challenge, and we hope to be working with the current Chief Justice, who is one of the best jurists. We are very fortunate to have the current Chief Justice, who we consider as one of the best minds in the justice system. So he's already working on the criminal justice system, which again, a country, unless it has rule of law, it cannot afford to, it cannot invite investment. But the other thing is, how do we get contracts enforced? We have already suffered Pakistan has been major damages have been awarded against Pakistan. Rekodik, and then Karke, and it's all because our justice system just did not enforce contracts properly. But the other point, David, which we're talking about, we have to get our female population involved in nation building. So my government, and I'm proud to say that we have in the ISAS program, we are especially paying attention to getting our women into the workforce. How can we value add to our women? How can we equip them with modern education? That's the third challenge we face. But I am proud to say today that we have a team. We finally have a team which knows where we are headed. We've got a roadmap. We know where we are headed. And I must thank Elango, because whenever we have any problems, Elango is there to help us. Whenever we have the roadbacks, we will come. David, I want to again thank you for coming here, all your delegation, to celebrate this great achievement with us. And We hope to be in touch. We know we are already involved in a lot of other projects with the World Bank. We know that we are involving the World Bank in developing the infrastructure of Karachi, which is important because Karachi is our financial capital, and we need the sort of financing from World Bank to give Karachi water, the sewerage system, the transport system. So I want to really thank you because I know you've been very supportive to us. Thank you very much.
وزیر اعظم عمران خان سرمایہ کاری بورڈ کے زیر اہتمام کاروبار میں آسانیاں پیدا کرنے کے حوالے سے تقریب کا انعقاد کیا گیا تھا، جس سے وزیر اعظم عمران خان خطاب کر رہے تھے۔ ان کا یہ کہنا تھا کہ 60 کی دہائی میں پاکستان تیزی سے ترقی کرنے والا ملک تھا، لیکن اس کے بعد کچھ پالیسیز ایسی رہیں جس کی وجہ سے پاکستان ان تمام فائدوں کو آگے لے کر نہیں جا سکا جو کہ 60 کی دہائی میں اس نے حاصل کیے تھے۔ بیرونی سرمایہ کاری کا ذکر کرتے ان کا کہنا تھا کہ بیرونی سرمایہ کاری جو ہے وہ اعتماد کا اظہار ہوتی ہے، اور پاکستان میں اب جیسے فورن انویسٹمنٹ کا حجم والیوم بڑھتا ہوا نظر آ رہا ہے، تو اس سے یہ بات ظاہر ہے کہ پاکستان پر اب عالمی